Okay. We are ready. We're here. We're doing it. No, I'm fucking out of activity. Doing activity again. Okay. Right. It's got something louder for some reason. There we go. Ah, man. It's been a long day already, I feel like.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So how's everybody's day? How we doing? How y'all feeling?
It's almost Friday. That's how I'm feeling.
Hmm. So close. Really. Cyber, how about you? How's your day?
Not bad. How about you?
I did a lot of shit today already. I went to town, got Applebee's, got blood work done, got prescriptions, got rent paid. I feel like there's nothing on that list I'm not remembering now, but I did do. Whatever the case, I did a lot of stuff in town. Applebee's was a good investment, though. It was for sure worth it. I haven't had Applebee's in like years.
You know what it is? Hello! 안녕하세요!
What's up, Arya? Tim, tell us about this meatloaf situation you had earlier.
Oh, this meatloaf? Oh my gosh. Really? You want me to do that in front of everybody? Okay. So basically this morning, as if it wasn't bad enough, I was like, okay, I want to play on Hestia's Minecraft server. Hestia's Minecraft server, right? And I'm like, cool. Let me try playing this. I played it for a good amount of time and kind of just needed a break real quick. So I was like, hey, I'll be right back. Long story short, talked to my roommates. Someone mentioned meatloaf. I realized I had the stuff to make meatloaf. And because I had a bunch of homemade ketchup, I was like, I'm gonna make some fucking meatloaf. Like, literally told everybody I was gonna be right back and then decided to dedicate a whole hour and a half to just making food. On a whim. And guess what? It was great.
I used to do that with Hestia all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Jago were those people in the group, for sure.
I'll be right back. One year later. Okay.
Well,
I'm back.
In the case of one situation, we were like tripping in the garage at one point. Like, everyone was like on a trip, and I fucking went inside for a little bit. Didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I came back with a platter that had cookies, like fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, with cookie dough and whipped cream, I think, also.
Okay, yeah, that's a combo. That's the combo. I got you.
Yeah, it's like a platter, like a charcuterie board. Charcuterie board. It was delicious.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. I was right though. I walked back in. I was like, man, you guys are tripping right now. You're gonna love this. Yeah, chocolate mousse. Yeah, exactly, Varia. Same vibe. I was so proud of chocolate mousse too. The chocolate mousse was fucking dope. So good. So, quick update for those of you who are watching or who are playing, who haven't been keeping up on the World Building channel or whatever, or heard me discuss this with like TM and stuff like that. But due to some developments in the world building in general, I've decided that this continent we're making is not the only continent in the world. I mean, that should go without saying. But it was kind of up in the air about how it's going to be handled, like how we were going to make the other continents and stuff. Basically, we're making it so that This is a continent made by these 4 elemental primordials that found, a big part of the Pantheon. Another continent, for instance, that me and TM decided to work on spontaneously, is being made by the Primordial of Love and the Primordial of the Void, which is a whole situation by itself, and we went off on a whole tangent on that regard. That's happening simultaneously to this game. So the creation of the continents and the worlds is all going to be happening at the same time, even if we play the sessions differently or whatever. And then we'll figure out where the gods and the races and stuff go from there past this age. Just by the way. We don't know what all the other gods are of the Pantheon just yet. We're still kind of figuring that out, but
Possibilities are endless, though. The large Pantheon was the thing I know you wanted to do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. That said, though, we have a good base for this first stage we did. It's a quick recap. We had some good moments where we got a lot of shit done. The land itself was created. We got some good forests in there. Not a whole lot of forest though. It's kind of barren. There's a lot of plains, some bogs, geysers over there, beaches, the spire, which is yet to be figured out. This situation here worries me greatly, but that's happening. Virgil, the fire primordial, pulled up from the fucking center of the earth, made a giant pit, made black forest of coal spikes, giant mountain, made a city for a race in the mountain. Didn't make the race yet, and then just sat there and waited for the age to end. Me and Jago both kind of kept to ourselves in our corners, did our thing, and TM is the bog champion of the bog.
STO's drawn over 3 of my bogs, and I keep making.
It was 2. It was 2 bogs. I was able to mitigate. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist. What's going on currently? And then it's my turn. We bring up Dawn of Worlds. Go to here, the second age. We see that shipping land is much more expensive. Climate 2. Not much more expensive, but more expensive regardless. And then creating a race, sub-race, etc. Is not expensive. The real stuff here is create avatar. Command avatar especially is really important. And let's see. Or order sec present. The avatar for 7. I had 1 left. Plus, there's no bonus for going to the next thing, right? We just get the +3. Yeah. And the thing about the avatar, avatar can perform one of the following immortal or many mortal actions, such as leading an army in turn when commanded. Yeah, so the cool thing, you have to keep up with this command avatar power, because it allows you to do 2 things. Me and team found out. Through the use of an avatar, players may, for example, race 2 armies in a turn from the same city, or execute 2 commands upon a race. An avatar can only create a race once. Gods can create races more often, but you could create 2 races in 1 turn if you wanted to because of that. From the way I'm reading it anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions before we get started? Anything to bring up?
We're kind of just, doing our thing as usual again. we're still kind of like, this is our first time doing this, so we're kind of just taking it slow and like learning as we go. So
Yeah.
I think everyone's excited to see where everything goes. I think we're gonna be ready.
Trying to find out the extent of these command powers.
Right. A lot of it's all written out very well. It's just realizing how we can use them as
They're very
quote-unquote
good
gods.
summaries, I feel. I feel like each one of them could probably be expanded with a little more supplementary information.
You know,
I think
you
that...
mention it. I actually did see someone make a forum post that was like an updated version of the rules. Kind of like a V2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find it real
like
quick, actually.
stuff like the shape land and climate and create race and all that, that's pretty straightforward. Even the advanced city or civilization ability. But things like command race,
yeah,
there's a lot that can entail.
It's true.
I think it's
like...
Do
the races do anything at all if we don't command them? Do they do anything on their own?
Yeah, I mean, they're meant to be doing what you design them to do, but if you want to command them to do something specific, I think is the point. Influencing them via create order. So it's like they do the thing you design them to do, and then you can influence them further. This power may be used for starting wars, founding cities, making alliances, settling territory, etc. Okay. So yeah, it's basically to meddle in the affairs of mortals, from what I'm understanding. Sorry, okay. Got distracted there for a second. Back here, I want to go Dawn of Worlds 2. Works. Here it says 10 years, 3 months ago. This one makes it so that in the first stage, you can't even do, like, create avatar or anything like that. Shape land and spawn monsters, however, is available. Spawn monsters is a new one for V2.
I think these rules that we have now are okay if you have someone like a DM or a GM guiding the session, but if you're doing it without that, I think it becomes chaotic and it can be hard to kind of deter or make
I think
decisions.
This is a good reference for more complicated stuff. I'm not too interested in going hard on this right now.
Yeah.
We'll post the link in World Building just in case anyway.
Heck yeah.
We'll leave that for now. Okay. Time to roll the dice. We have... Snake eyes. Wow, it sucks. That's
Womp womp.
+6. Sorry, no, 6 total, +5. Minus... I didn't create an avatar. One shot. I don't have a city. And here. That's gonna be... You create race, I don't remember. Does it give you a city at the beginning?
No, you have to... It says that you... Usually cities and races coincide with each other, but it doesn't say that you have to.
Each race was given a starting point in the world where they begin to build their civilization or lack thereof. Interesting. So you could make a race that just doesn't have a city, and they just nomad it, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just live in the swamp. That's what we do.
We just live in the swamp. Swamp boys.
I mean, creating a race is 6 points, so fuck it, let's do that. So basically, they kind of go between humans and elves. That's kind of what I was going for. Kind of like a druidic, nomadic situation. I'm gonna put them in this forest down here. We'll do a little. I think we'll do a little. What kind of shape? I don't know.
Wish they had better drawing tools on here.
Yeah. Let's do the heart. And we'll call this starting point.
Tenders? Like chicken?
Yes, they're supposed to be more like tenders of the earth. The keepers. But I didn't want to use keepers because forge keepers already existed.
Ow.
Good?
Cat's on my lap, slipped, scratched the shit out of my leg.
Okay.
I'll
yeah, you have
save
it done.
myself.
That's it. I think that's it. Fiber, you are at 26 currently. Give me your roll and you get no bonus. So just give me the raw.
Alright. My roll is 1.
2d6.
So. Oh, right. My total is 4.
Okay, plus 4, so you have 30 points.
Jesus.
Alright. First, I believe I'm going to create my first race. Let's scroll down here. Here we go. The Forge Keepers. All this time, Haydel has been working in the Forge, creating 50,000 suits of armor similar to him, but foot shorter, and each of them slightly different. So the Forge Keepers, my description of them is they're like Hadel, but without demigod powers. They resemble black suits of armor with only fire inside. Stoic and orderly, experts at forging, they mainly reside in Gullentrask and exist to defend and maintain the city, and produce an endless supply of metal tools, weapons, and building materials. They do not need food. They absolutely do not need water, being mostly made of fire inside. But they need a steady heat source to survive. They can survive only 2 days without touching something that's 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I'm going to create these guys in Gullentrask.
Okay.
And next I'm going to advance City to make them experts at metalworking. So that would leave me down by, leave me down by 10 points. And next, I'm going to have all of them make a chain that goes all the way down into the pit. They're going to march out of the city with it. They're going to put the chain down in the pit. And up from the chain, they're going to crawl thousands of goblins from hell.
Hold on, sorry. What are you using for this?
Too many
Command?
things at once. Yeah, what command are you using to have them make the chain?
The Command City, you said?
Command City.
Okay.
Alright.
That's through the avatar, right? Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
So you have to use 1 point for Command Avatar, and then the Command City with those same points, I think. Is that correct? Is it just the 1 point to pay for that? Since you're commanding the Avatar, and is the Avatar paying for that then? Is that how that reads?
Player must have an avatar for Command City, so I don't think that would be Command Avatar. You just need to have one.
But under Command Avatar, it says an Avatar can perform one of the following actions. Mortal actions which an Avatar can perform include Command City, Create Order, Command Order, Create City, Corrupt Purify City, Create Race. If you're doing Command City, God directs one single city to create something. It's going to be a wonder, wall, school, tower, the like. So I think maybe you do have to pay the one and also Command City.
I don't think you have to pay to command the Avatar, but I think the Avatar can only do one thing per turn.
Does it say can only do one thing per turn?
It says one of the following immortal. No, it says an Avatar can perform one of the following immortal or mini mortal actions in a turn when commanded. So it is one thing per turn for the Avatar, and Create Race for the Avatar says once. So the Avatar itself can only create one race, I think, period.
The Avatar just made a bunch of suits. The god created the race by sort of giving them life.
No, I'm not arguing that point. Your race is fine. I'm more wondering how pay for the Command Avatar and City adjacently. It's kind of confusing with the wording. I didn't realize.
I guess really it comes down to who created the race and who's commanding it. Did you yourself, the god, make the race, or did you have your avatar make the race?
Well, it's a bit of both, kind of. The avatar made the suits that they are, and the god made the fire in the suits and made them alive. But
you can't really get away with that within these confines because your avatar can only create one race, and you can only command the city once through the avatar.
However, I'm not gonna just hard block you here. First off, Jago, thank you for the sub, or not the sub, the watch streak, or that wrong. But what I will say is we need to decide a ruling here for how this is paid. That's fine. As far as your idea of the avatar creating the suits and you making this, like the race itself, then you need to decide if you should make it so that the race is more of a possessive, like, spiritual race, I guess. So they're, like, taking over, they're animating these suits of armor, as opposed to them being integrated with them, or something like that. Like, it makes sense if they're possessing it, and, like, they're using it as their form until it collapses or whatever, but it seems like that wouldn't... If something happened to the suit of armor, nothing would happen to the race, you know what I mean? So...
If it's a sentient fire humanoid that's being kept in its shape, and
it's like a hermit crab
is
situation.
basically an exoskeleton for a bug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that
It's like a hermit
actually
crab.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm gonna ask you to pay for the suits retroactively, since he was sitting there the whole time doing this. I assume the avatar could have been making these suits over a turn or two, which is just 1 point per command avatar for that, since he was waiting the whole time anyway. I think at least 2 points is good for that purpose, and, like, fleshing out the city more for their purposes, and, like, the forges and all that kind of shit. I think 2 points for that. And then the race itself that you created should be the create race cost. And then you still have a command avatar for this turn. You want to use it.
To command the race to make that chain,
Yeah,
and that wouldn't cost.
but 1 point. Like that, the actual command to create the chain, command avatar, that's 1 point. So that would be 3 more points on top of what the 10 you're paying right now.
But I'm getting all of them in the city to make the chain.
Right. But that command avatar to command the city.
It gets convoluted real fast.
I think, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make the call that command avatar, if something requires an avatar or an order, you're paying the cost to command the order or the avatar, as well as the cost for the actual thing you're doing with them. I think that makes the most sense mathematically, as far as why we have so many points to begin with, or have access to be able to build up so many points over the ages. So,
Alright.
that said, that's going to change how me and TM did math in the other game, I think. But I'm not too worried about that right now.
So, we're at the part where they make the chain. How many points do I have remaining at this point?
Let's see if Man City costs 4. That's 5 for Man Avatar to do that. Give me a sec. That's 5, so minus 18. Yeah, create race 6, advanced city 4, 3 points we talked about. No, sorry, I'm one off because it's 6, 4, 2 points from retroactive actions, an avatar, the 1, and then command city, which is 5, 17. So you're at 13 points left.
Okay, so we're gonna set that chain down there, and thousands of goblins from hell are going to crawl up the chain, and they're going to be the third race, I think, and they're going to spread across the land. We all understand goblins as they are, but I'm just going to read it anyway. Small, individually weak, yet crafty, and they shall spread across the world like wildfire. They're a chaotic race. Not sure about good, neutral, or evil. I think just neutral. So that's an extra 6 points.
Okay.
And And then I'm going to create another race. More things are going to crawl up from there, just after the goblins.
Alright, so hold on.
We
Also, I wanted to tell you, if you could, since we're kind of have this thing going with your theme, Forge Keepers are unique. The goblins are goblins, but I'd like you to give them a different name for the purpose of this race we're creating. Like, you have the rat folk listed here in the parentheses for the Uskrak. I think that's an example. Give them a different name and put goblins in parentheses. I am not opposed to us using the fucking goblins or whatever, like the fucking whatever as a colloquialism, but they need a proper term.
The fucking troglodytes.
Yeah, these fucking bastards. Yeah, all that part's fine. Yeah, just for that purpose. Nilbogs, okay. You know.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's not bad.
So next, I'm going to create the Uskrak, essentially rat folk. Small, individually weak, yet crafty. They shall spread across the world like wildfire. Neither chaotic nor orderly. Somewhere a secret third thing in the middle. And that'll be it. So just 3 races just standing there in the outskirts of the city. That'll be my turn.
They're all starting at the pit. I need you to mark those in some way. So that we have it marked on the map. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
How's that?
Just 2 tiny dots.
And then the Forge Keepers also. I know they're starting in Golan Trask, but it needs to be noted on the map. I know I'm being a little stickler about that, but that's fine. Yeah, as long as we agree that that's what that means.
I mean, you could even put a little note there in your little notepad.
Yeah. Then TM.
Yeah.
Your turn. You had
Oh,
a amount
yeah.
of 12 points remaining last.
Mhm.
Giving you no bonus for this turn. Give me
Yep.
your new bonus, please. Your new roll.
My new roll. Alright. Might be loud as fuck, but I'm rolling because I know it's not gonna go on. Oh shit! I got 11.
Alright, so 23.
23. Damn, that's a lot of points actually. Okay. So we're gonna do a bit of finesse in here right now. I don't think I'm gonna use all my points. So I'm probably going to just... Yeah, I'll create my race right now. Why not? And you see that crab boy right there?
Mm-hmm.
That crab is a foreshadowing. That crab is a foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. And the Carcinos.
Literally creating crab people. A general term for crustaceans that Euphilus, that's yours truly, gave sentience to. Although they've maintained most of their natural instincts, they've gained several things: a hive mind, language, and conscious thought. Compelled to the will of Euphilus and its avatars, this barbaric race of anthropods. Man, I suck at writing. These are considered Euphilus' protectors of the ocean realm, and they wander its vastness, feeding on other sea creatures smaller than them. These creatures tend to be evil in nature due to their base needs of being its most forward thought. They're more bestial than they are actually, like, intelligent. And they are nomadic in nature. They will not belong in this area that I created. Instead, I will put them kind of closer off to the shore up here, yonder way.
Nice. We'll just see it.
All right. Do you want me to put a note there to help you out?
Just
Or-
any indication of where they spawned, whatever. As long as we agree that that's what that means. I don't care if it's a sticky note or whatever.
All right. It's gonna be the dancing crab gift because why the fuck not?
Okay. And they spawn just there on the coast, not the coral reef or whatever.
They're not gonna be on the coral reef. They're gonna be out in the ocean. I guess they can be on this beach area. Why not? I don't see the
Yeah.
point in not having them there. They are amphibious in nature. So that
Okay.
brings my point total down to
The race is 6. Minus 6 points so far, so you're at 17.
17. God, that was a big fucking roll. Okay. And so I will now command my avatar lore to create a whole species of watered ravens, just as similar as it, except they are a lot smaller. Instead
This is
of him
create
being
race or
create race, yeah,
Okay.
for him. So this is his create race use. So they're going to be about. I'm just gonna say that they're gonna be the size of like a school bus, just to like give everybody a good idea of what it's gonna be like. American measurement systems be like, and they are more of lore's followers and lore's agents to a certain degree. They tend to be a little bit more forward. They are more. You're more likely to see them. They tend to go inland and try to live in bodies of water.
and what were they called again? You said it was
Water
Watersworn.
sworn. Yeah. And so I will just draw a little, like, just because it's going to be the best, I'll draw a little moment
Where?
right next to my avatar. Literally a zag, unless you want me to have
Oh,
a
over
bit-
there.
Yeah.
Just indicate it with like a name, like a little text box that says, "Hey, this is a Watersworn" or whatever. You zagged on, idiot.
Good zag down fool. Alright. And let's do this. Bam. I've been sticking to green, so we'll do water sworn. Okay. And now that being said, we have used that. I have used my command avatar, which... Are we going with the idea that command avatar is going to use all the points for create race 2, or is it just one?
I think I made the ruling that it should be both costs, because if you're using him to do
Okay.
an extra action, then it should cost you the action cost plus his like requirement for the 1 point.
Okay, sure. I'll go with that.
That's not how we ruled it in our game. We played 2-player, I don't think originally TM, but I think it makes more sense looking at it now.
I think it'll make more sense now, yeah. So now that leaves me with like about... I'm just gonna calculate this stuff myself, so I don't gotta keep asking, and I can keep my tally by myself. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Minus that. Okay, I got 10. All right, sick. There is one more thing that I want to do then on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to cost me 4 points. I am going to create a subrace.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Okay. And because we can, why not? We'll use this. Now,
I've been granted the ability to think. I no longer dance. I am only sad.
I am only Amori. So what has happened is that there are some Carkino divergents called Arcia, and they have gained conscious thought, started developing philosophical reasoning, and began to question the hive mind. These crabfolk have been able to mentally break the hive mind's grasp on them, allowing their own purpose to be carved out. They are capable of invention, architecture, and some have started delving into magic. And a pair of their legs have transformed and evolved more into human hands with thumbs and digits.
The way it's written makes me think of fucking the South Park episode where it's the monster has fucking Patrick Duffy as a leg.
God damn it. Alright. How much points is that? Since it's a sub race, that's going to be 4.
Yeah.
-4. Alright.
6.
6, yes. And then I can command. Let me double check command race real quick. I just want to make sure I have this. And I will use 4 more points to command the race to create a civilization. And it will be mainly upon this beach it will be built, but let me try to draw what it would be. What would this kind of thing look like? We can kind of discuss that and make that around later, so let's just do...
Yeah.
I'll do yellow, make it look like a sandcastle, because why not? That's kind of adorable. There we go. Near. I don't really have a name for the city yet, but I don't think that we should wait because of pedantic things like that.
Wait, so you said create, you said create civ. I guess there's not a thing, it's create city. Let me...
I'll create civilization. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was confused. I was looking for the thing, but it wasn't there.
I might have just used the wrong word.
It's okay. It's fine. That's what I heard. I couldn't find it. Create city in that case. Oh wait, it was...
I would just follow the rules for create civilization.
Command a race. Yeah, command... Race is 4... Founding cities. Okay. What's the difference between founding cities and settling a territory, I wonder? Is it just claiming outposts and villages and shit and make your border?
I wish I had an answer, but I don't believe I do. Advanced civilization, advanced city. I guess like advancing civilization is every city, and then... Or advancing the entire race's capabilities, I suppose.
Okay.
And then advanced city is like something specialized. Like commerce or science or something like that.
I think there are a ton of cities, but the quote-unquote cities that we actually create here are the huge ones, like Rome level of cities. Like the capital, the biggest city of this race.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's pretty fair.
yeah. Whether it is actually the size of Rome or just the Rome equivalent to this world / races or whatever, doesn't matter. What's nice about that though is that since, for instance, Cyber has like what 4 races or some shit. Yeah, 3 right now, 2 more to come allegedly. Those are gonna be part of a civilization which you can command, which is nice. Or the city, etc. Anyway, are we done? TM, you got 2 points left, right? On my
Yes,
count?
that would be my turn. I wouldn't be able to command anything else or do anything else.
Cool. Jago with 11 points currently. No bonus this turn. Give me your roll. You ready?
I am. Been very busy during TM's turn.
I bet. Also, I'm going to
Uh.
ask you, similarly, to use these names as placeholders and find something else. If you can't, I will, help you with that or whatever. But I don't want to use these names as they're trademarked. Or at least part of a trademarked material. Just by the way, the idea and stuff is fine. You can adapt it. But what is your roll? D6?
I'll be right
11.
back, by the way.
11? Okay. Equals 2.
Wrong one.
Oh, also, I think we need to decide also, note it somewhere, whether your races start neutral, aligned 1 good, or -1, which is evil. So, keep that in mind and note it on your race, how they started.
Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna create an avatar.
Okay. Cute.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's gonna be a wind dragon.
Okay. A second to turn this down. This is loud for some reason. Does it have a name?
The name is around here somewhere.
Is it Windy?
Nothing so bland.
Nothing so distasteful and unpleasant.
God, I got too much crap up.
Isaac's okay.
Yeah.
Gonna delete it just so I can the color here. Okay.
Alright. how
Avatar
many
created
points was
at 7.
that?
So you're at 15.
15.
PM, oh my god. BRB making meatloaf, shut up.
Go ahead and create a city. Actually, no. I won't create their city. They can do it themselves.
Hell yeah.
I will, however, create the race. Hate coming up with names, man.
I mean, I like to come up with names, so if you need help in that regard.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna create that first race, but need to find a new name for it.
Okay. You may start by where your avatar is, I assume. In the forest on the side of the mountain, or on the forest side of the mountain, or what?
Oh, let's see. Lizard people, they like dry-aired environment, which we don't really have much of.
Yeah. And they can go on the geyser or like a beach.
Yeah, I
Not
think I'm
really
gonna put them
dry.
in the north. I think I'm gonna put them in the northeast.
Okay, by the spire and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, right about there.
These fucking guys, look at him. Looks like a fucking Animorph. Alright, cool. That's another 6 points. So you have 9 left.
Alright. Over here. Over there. You said I had how many left? 9?
9. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna spend 4 of them to shape climate.
Okay.
Or not climate,
Land.
land. 5. 5 points for that.
Okay, you have 4 points left now, so you could shape climate also if you wanted to.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and make it hot.
Hot in Topeka. Alright, so you're shaping land to make desert there. And then I guess that's it. So I don't think you need to shape climate if it's already hot in desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, and then I'll hang on to the rest of my points for now.
Okay. Real quick, I think there's a race there, I think, here.
Okay, I made meatloaf. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Another loaf of meat created. Nah, I made a bunch of Brussels sprouts and I'm eating those.
Wow. What's even worse?
Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why?
Why?
Adjacent to this.
What is being created right now?
Race. What is your race needs? This. Oh my god. That generator, Jago. I'm gonna use that to get a jumping off point. It kind of uses a lot of also stuff, it looks like. Just modifying.
Can I shout out a suggestion? Literally the first word you describe them, Jago, is descended from dragons. Why don't you just call them the Descended? For now, at least.
Yeah, that'll work.
Go with that. Descended.
Can these dragon people fly?
They're not dragon people, they're lizard people.
Descended from dragons.
So if they're stuck to the ground and like their ancestor, then the name kind of works on two fronts then.
True. Very true. Grounded also could be good. In the same regard. Anyway, so hold on.
Is that like the PS2 like crocodile from Spider-Man 2? Is that what that is?
I don't think it is.
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, I don't think that it is. It looks similar to that, but not quite. Go ahead and roll my dice and stuff. Better than Snake Eyes, hopefully. Fuck. 6, 7. Plus 7. Roll 10. Bonus.
Alright, I found the name I like better.
What you got?
It's just the
Alien?
Latin name for lizard.
Okay. Uh, 10 points. I have enough to create an avatar if I want. With 10 points, I can't do create avatar and something worthwhile, so I'm going to instead do create order and then command race. And race. Against me using it as like settling this whole southeast corner, basically. Because if they're starting here by the forest, I want them basically to settle this whole like area over here, which I think commanding them now, basically them settling this area, and then big problem is this giant fucking like fissure here. All this shit. So I need them to make a bridge of some kind. The rest of this.
So, with the advanced civilization ability, what does that mean for the civilizations we create? Like, at what level are they starting at?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I think it kind of depends. If we're creating a race, race, doesn't say. But I think it's just kind of based on whatever description you have, and then building from there. So I think one thing I didn't mention is that these races should be kind of protean in nature, like prototypes for future races, because we're talking about this is like the primal state of the world, primordial, like raw, unfiltered shit. So I think that if you're gonna have a more advanced race of some kind, like the second race you created, Jago, as an example, one, I do think those should cost more to some degree. The way I made Cyber pay more for the Forge Keepers in a way, and they should have more flaws for that in the long run, I think, to offset that, like, that boost. I think Cybers is a good example too. They don't need food, don't need water, they need a steady heat source to survive, which is a pretty big flaw. So they can't really go away from their home, kind of thing. So if you're gonna have a more advanced race like that, I think That's really the part to keep in mind. I think the advanced city is meant to be a specialization, expert knowledge.
Gotcha.
So it makes them like the people for that thing you're giving them an advancement in.
Like the war people, the science people, the
Yeah.
magic people, etc.
Yeah, because it says
Gotcha.
as long as that city or civilization persists, it will always be the greatest in this field. So even if you don't continue to upkeep that, they'll just persist in being fucking the best. That said, the order. Yeah, as a placeholder for now. And a race. So, do what I want to do. I think I have to have them create a city. Yeah, I think we're gonna create a city here and do a subrace, so it's gonna be nomadic. Give me back. Out of myself. Yeah, I'll put a city. We'll put it like. A river. So they're kind of in the forest river area. And then we'll work that way. Okay. So if they've done that, they kind of made a home of the forest and stuff. Okay. Bye, back to you.
Alright. 2d6 plus 1. Results are total of 4 points gained.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
1 to begin, so 5 now.
What did it cost to command city or anything to get the forest keepers to devote production of weapons and tools to be giving them away to the other races they made or they brought up?
I'm gonna count that as gathering an army. So that'd be command city, which is 4.
Alright. An army?
I mean, you're arming a people, so I would consider that an army, whether they're that organized or not. For purposes of the cost, I think that makes sense.
Okay. And they're just going to they're just going to produce weapons and metal carts and tools and just give them out for free to any rat or goblin people who show up at the gates from now on. And would it cost anything to get the for the other two races to start colonizing the world, or would they just do that on their own?
That would be under settling territory, which is under command race and stuff. Command civilization. Is it command race? It's just command race or command city. Yeah, so if you want to command a race to settle a territory, that's one thing. Command city for that is another thing. But there's no like command civilization, so they would do that kind of separately. But there's a cost for that. Command race would be 4 points each as well.
I guess that'll be my turn.
Gross.
I'm sorry, I thought it was the other way around and then I muted that. I'm so fucking sorry. I had it muted every single time I was drinking and chewing ice, and now that was the thing I was trying to avoid in the bed.
Were you there for that video? That guy, the people who eat ice the other day?
Oh my fucking god.
Were you? Did you see it?
Yes, and it is me.
Yeah.
It is me.
Good.
It is me.
I'm glad you can admit that.
Yeah. And?
That's it.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh shit. Alright. Do I get any pluses since I only have 2 points, or is that just... Alright.
Yeah.
Is it different for second age, or is it the same as...
It's all the same. Cumulative.
Okay,
starting
so it's
over, so
2
you get
plus
+1.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, +1. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I rolled an 8, so that'll be +9.
Mm-hmm. 11.
And I got 11. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's see. How much are events? That's a fucking lot for events, but okay. Alright, we're gonna command race, but I want to double check. Command race. Okay.
I'll be right back. Come on.
Alright, understood.
Too much Applebee's. Okay. Oh.
Kicking
what you
back,
got?
magic. Kicking back. Chef Mike's cooking.
Shut up.
Okay. So I realized what I wanted to do, and it would be a lot easier if I separated it and did it this way. Because I should probably create an order before I do this. This kind of goes along with what the purpose of these creatures were for the begin with, so it's fine. I am going to use create order, and it's going to be on the water sworn because their purpose is mainly to protect inland waters.
Okay.
So that will cost 6 points. Basically, the order will be called the Order of Lore, Protector of its Ways.
We call it Order of Lore since Protector of its Ways is like an epithet, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's -6, 5 points left. Anything else?
We will then, because I have created an order, command that same order to do what I just suggested. So
which is what?
Which is basically every. I guess this
Commanding
might
a
be
race with this, with the Watersworn, not the city. I know you said command order, but yeah, but I'm saying like the order is used in the race to use command race as like your representative to command the race itself. You're trying to command the Watersworn, is that correct? With the order?
Then, what is it? The reason why I want to use command, what is it? Command.
Oh, there's command order. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
It's okay.
Command order is this one.
Yeah.
Wait, did I fuck up here?
What?
If we ruled that command avatar costs in addition to the other thing you have to pay, then command order is similarly a thing I think you have to pay in order to do like command race or command city with that order.
Command avatar. Leading an army. Oh, it could command an order too. Okay, it can perform that action. Okay, so for command avatar, that would cost 1 less, or a couple less than command order.
No, but now I'm confused. Ugh, fuck. God damn it. I'm not confused about what you're trying to do. I'm confused about how the fucking thing is meant to cost.
I can use 4 just to keep the rules consistent and we're not stumbling over them.
I made the ruling,
because
but I'm second guessing myself.
I mean, the way that I've made it, it works like that too. Like it could work like that too. So I'd be fine with either. Like it can work like that narratively as well. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to understand what I'm trying to do, so that way you can kind of say that if it's worth it or not. Because at least one of these things is going to go to every single body of water. Minus the lake, there's probably going to be more. So, how you want to score that is entirely up to you, because I can do either or.
Looking at the example now, actually, let me try to see if I can clear this up real quick.
Okay.
Each player rolls 2 square dice, points, Buck goes first, spends 9 of his points making a mountain range, blah blah blah, Alexi spends 3 points. Map. This is
Sorry
first.
again. Fuck.
So, no, it's fine. This is Me too for race. 5 points and directs themselves. Okay. If I'm reading this right, if they use Bob, Alexi, and Trevor, Trevor got a 9 for his original score. He skipped his turn. And on his next turn, accumulating points. After 3 turns, Trevor announces he's going to create a race. And the first stage, mind you, and burns 22 points to create elves. And then he spends 8 points and directs those elves to build a city. Doesn't say that he needed a fucking... Didn't say that he paid for an avatar or anything like that, or an order to do that. The 8 points is just the raw command race cost. Yeah, I feel like the power itself is wrong, or the example is wrong with that conflict, which makes me a little frustrated.
I err on the side of, like, if we want to rule this differently later in a different game, we can do that. But just to keep the consistency going, so we're not fumbling over rules the entire time, we just do it the way that we've been doing it. Plus, it can help build a narrative where avatars are like a huge deal in this territory, if that's what you want narratively.
Hold on. No, I'm putting this in context now, actually. Because of the reference that Jago made to magic by association of the races and stuff. I guess avatars would be more like planeswalkers for us, for the players. And they have their own, like, abilities. If we're creating an order, we're creating an avatar, the avatar should have its own base power level and, like, ability to manipulate and do things by itself, as it's like a fraction of our power that we're using to create this being in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does everybody agree with that change going back? That means we have to go back and do some math again real quick. I will do that myself, but is everyone on board with that, like, interpretation?
Yeah.
Also, Jake, Cyber, did you get my DM?
Let's see. Oh, I see now.
Okay. No worries.
I
I just want to
didn't
make
hear
sure you got it.
the
That's fine.
I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay. With that, did that. Joe's is fine. The order. I still want to create the order. Command order would have cost me 3 though. So all I really need is just Command City. Our Command Race is correct, but it's not through the order costs. I created the race.
But
Command Race.
according to that description, you need to have a presence within that race, whether it be through your avatar or
Or the order.
order.
Yeah. So this has to be instead of Command Race, Command Order, which cost me 3 instead of the 4, which is not a big difference, but just for the sake of it. Command Order led them to create city. Okay, so that works out. That's a small change. For Cybers, Command Avatar cost, Command City is also 4. So I'm going to take off the 4 points for that. This would have been 9, 1. Grab people. Grab people. Then create avatar. Then the avatar created the race, right? Or was it you, Diego?
What?
It was you. It was you that created the race, not the avatar, right?
Yeah, it was me that created that race.
So that math is all correct. I think. Let me see. Create race. Create avatar. Create race. That's gonna cost you 6 less. Sub race. You then command race. Create city. Name pending. Did command avatar. That's all the same. Should be like that, I think. And then that's correct. Then this should be 17. Alright. Koshka, hello. Welcome. Does that look correct, everybody? If I fuck up anywhere, I think I redid it correctly, but make sure. Look over the timeline real quick. I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom actually myself. My stomach is not happy with me. I mean, you heard it, yes. Don't judge me, Kirby. Wait. Alright, we're back. Sorry to interrupt your turn, TM. Where are we at? What are we doing? Now that we have everything straightened out with points and stuff.
I think TM was about to finish creating his race.
He was trying to do some wacky stuff.
Sorry.
And stuff.
Command a race or command to order? Let me see.
Command order, because command order can command race. Seems like.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot better.
Based on the play example, yeah, I agree. Based on the play example, it seems like you can just command the race directly. Like based on the way they had the points and stuff set up. Mm-hmm. So I think command order works here.
So
that command race.
My command order is gonna be for the order I just created. And the order is going to be to go to every body of water, at least one person, or one of the water sworn, and then just protect it. Bam. Bam, this does include the bogs. Bam. Bam.
Command order of lore. Command race. Water sworn. Protect all bodies of water. Boom.
Bam. And they're gonna go. Bam. Boop.
River, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day, bud. Being cozy.
My dang squiggly boys. Shit. Bam. The only difference is that there's going to be a couple at the lake. Actually, no, we'll make one more. One more for the lake. Yeah, there we go. And then one for the river up here. It is a body of water, technically. Cool. Lord the Water Police. The Water Sworn. The Water Police. And then that's going to be... Command order is 3, so that's -3. And I'm back to 2. And that would be my turn.
Well, hold on, because I had to update your amount because the last turn you took also was affected by the change in the ruling. So you had 17 points beginning of this turn after the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I updated
Let me
it
go
in the
look at this.
timeline.
Oopsie poopsie. Alright, let's
create
see.
order is 6, command order is 3, so you're -9 right now.
And then what's my total? My
8.
new total right now? 8? Okay, cool. I still got fucking 8 points. Gosh.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a lot more efficient and effective to get shit done in 5 turns, in 5 rounds with this method as opposed to the more costly method.
Okay. So I'm going to use advanced civilization. And I use civilization because there are more than 2 races on this one city. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That's how it sounds like it works and how it sounds like it's described when you
Doing
look at
Command
race.
Civ, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's going to be...
Yeah, that's how I understand it as well. Command City is for everything in that city. Advanced Civ is for everything in that civ.
Okay. So that would be -5 because I'm now... And then I would be at 3. Is that correct? Is my math right on that?
Or which you're doing? Sorry, Command City. Or you're doing Advanced?
Advanced civilization. I'm sorry.
Advanced Civ is 5.
Okay.
So you're at 3 points left.
Okay, cool. That's what I was double checking. And they are going to be more advanced in magic.
What kind of magic specifically I'd like you to specify? I don't
Can I think on it?
Yeah, we don't have a magic system yet, so consider this a contribution in that regard.
Okay. I'll be thinking about that then, just so that way I'm not holding this up anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that will be the end of my turn, though, as I will be ending on that.
Okay.
But I'll be thinking about the magic stuff.
That's up to you. Where are you next? So... I fucking... Plus... You have a +1 bonus, Jago. Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
Ooh, bonus. I got a 4.
Okay, +5. 9.
Oh, that 9 again. Which one is cheaper? Alright. I'm going to create another race.
Okay. Getting the second one then.
Yeah, the second one.
Yo, I totally forgot we're doing D&D today. Fuck. That's happening in an hour, right? Let's see. Can't cancel on that again. I have to go do that. I forgot. I mean, another hour, but I think it's like the last or second to last session. Create race, and then the name Lucent. Okay. Those are what we're talking about, right? Lucent.
Yep. And then I'm gonna command the avatar to create a city.
Okay. The Lucent are the blue people here by the forest, okay?
Mm, they're gonna make their city in between the mountains and the forest.
Yep.
Encompassing a bit of both.
Like tucked in there.
Yeah. Well, they're very disagreeable people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the city itself, it'll be made out of natural materials like wood and stone.
Okay, cool. Race, gonna have how to create city. Points left. Anything else you want to do with that?
Can I do anything with 2 points? Let's see.
In corrupt city. Can't purify city for some reason. It's easier to corrupt. No, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that'll be my turn then.
And just to quickly check that real quick. Yeah, purify and corrupt can be a civ and city. Doesn't say this in the actual power list, but it does specify in the power description that you can also do just a square inch of landscape as well.
Oh. Just corrupt that dirt over there.
Yeah. Something off about this desert. All spooky and shit. Yeah. And just for record as well, when I'm looking at that, purify civ and corrupt civ and stuff like that, there's no limit to that as far as how far that can go unless Game Master says otherwise, and there's no limit as far as you targeting someone else's thing. But you can only target, it says only once per target per turn. So if you're targeting one city to make it corrupt, you can only do one advancement per turn. Okay. That's your turn. My turn?
It's your turn? Yep.
You mean Hestia's turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll 9. That's plus 12. 1. 13 points. Over here. I need an avatar. Really gotta get avatar, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's -7. I do actually have a reference pick for her. But what can I not? It's not opening a dialog for me to select an image, upload. Why?
It wasn't pulling up your file finder or anything?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be an issue with the pop out thing. Give me a second. God, fucking this, whatever. Yeah, now it does it for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. I think this was the avatar that I chose. Haiku that I made. I want her to look like them. Not anything crazy. She's just like the one, you know? What's his name? Yara. Tempted to call her Terra, but that's too easy. Name pending. one. Need to command the avatar. It's crazy to me that command avatar can also command order through that. I love that also. Already spent 7, have 6 left. Including command avatar. But I could also command order. And purify city. Purify Civ actually. It's lagging. This hold. I don't like how fucking vague command order is. God makes the order do something.
I don't like how vague most of the descriptions are.
Yeah. On the other end, I don't think V2 Mikima did a better job. I'm gonna have the order create a forest temple in the forest there. It's like a big fucking thing. Like, I don't want to say like Stonehenge because that's too like that's cool, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm talking about like an actual big fucking like cool
Are
temple.
you talking
I'll work
about
on
like
that
a
later.
monolith?
More like some Legend of Zelda shit where you'd like go to the forest temple and it's like a whole thing. Like a whole ordeal. And that's where like the order is going to live. The disciples are going to live in that forest temple area. That's kind of the protectors. And race I'm gonna use to I'm gonna command avatar, which will then command race. To on city, the alliance, selling territory. Maybe it should be command city, because I want them to work on a project, which basically is like coming this way and settling across this area. So I think I'm gonna count that as settling territory. I think it is command race. It says that. So I'm gonna make a little thing here. I can't increase the line weight in this thing. No, I can't. Okay.
Thicker.
Yeah, we'll just do this. And then we'll consider this area settled. Settled, quote unquote. So this is like the main city here, and they just kind of have villages and stuff going this way. Probably create another city here in a minute. That's my turn after I purified this city as well by 1. So it's gonna be too good instead. 1 second. I think that's it. Alright, Cyber.
Alright, my roll is a 3.
Okay.
So, first, I'm going to... they're just gonna leave that chain there, I guess, like, they just left it there, maybe tied to a rock or something, or some sort of little ring of iron on the wall of the city. So it's still there, and from it, third race is going to crawl up. They are, let's see, the Forquillian, the Forquillian, oversized sentient ants. Basically just ants, maybe with an extra 2 limbs at the front for grabbing stuff. About the size of dogs. They're small, individually weak, yet crafty. They shall spread across the world like wildfire. They're an orderly race, neutral, morally. So that'll be 6 points, I believe. And then they're also allowed to get tools and weapons from the city. That store is still open. They're still handing that out. So with these races won't just expand spread across the world naturally. I've got to command them to create cities, right?
Gotta command them to settle, I believe.
Yeah, you can just create a city somewhere, which I feel like should be near where they originated. If you're going to do it that way, you can have them just settle. I think settle should also be counted as like a way to just move them around some way.
Well, I don't want them to settle in just a certain place. I just want them to just all randomly just wander off wherever they want and just spread out, like a fire kind of. Let's see. Actually, would that even cost it? Like, eventually the area near that pit is just going to become overcrowded, so, do you think they might just expand naturally?
Well, my point and what Jago said about the settling thing, I know what you mean. You don't want them to actually settle, but it says settling new territory, which is to say, in less words, they expanding or seeking new ground to go, migrating, nomadic or whatever. So the same cost. You're gonna say they're gonna go wander and go do that. But if you're gonna create a city with that, like have an actual settlement of them, that's gonna cost you a create city function somewhere.
So, was it command race to get them to spread around?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we agreed based on the play example. You can just do that. But it's supposed to require a fucking based on the thing here, command race. You haven't. Why is my shit fucking up? Oh my god. Discord just restarted for some reason. Okay. It says you're supposed to have an avatar or an order sect present Instructions are given, but yeah, I'm not gonna. Our own play example didn't include that. You're doing create rates, which is -6, and then command race and have them go expand, go migrate somewhere.
Yes. I suppose, what's his name? I suppose Hadel just going to go outside the city, tell the goblins to go away, or tell everyone to go away, but only the goblins do it right now. And so they're going to spread out, start spreading around the area, around the world, actually. And I believe that's my turn.
Well, you can, since you framed it that way, still have 5 points by my count, or sorry, 4 points by my count. If you want to do anything with those, you can save them otherwise, but, yeah, 11 -7, create race is 6, command avatar to command race, is just 1 point, comparatively, so you still have 4 points left. Want to use them?
Can I command avatar to? Can I do another command avatar or 2 more?
No. Command avatar is limited to 1 per thing. But that's the point of that. Is you only paid 1 for that command race compared to the 4 it would have cost you otherwise.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll divinely command the rat people now to go on. So that should be 4 command race.
Okay.
And I believe that's all my points. That's my turn.
And you're telling them to do what, sorry?
Spread.
Also
Spread across the world. Yeah, colonized everywhere.
ATM.
Okay. I was muted. Oops. So I wrote about the magic, right? And this is a magic system I came up for them and how it works for them, but I left it very loosely interpreted that if you didn't like that it could be something else.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read the description I kind of came up with as everybody was kind of taking their turns. So the Kokinos and the Archaea lived in slight disagreement as their cultures of the individual versus the collective are debated constantly. During this time, a breakthrough occurs in Archaean studies. There was also debate on where the basis of magic came from at the time, being a divine gift or a force within the world, and the answer is neither. In conclusion, the main factor was time. As these crustaceans have longer lifespans, extended survival was rarely seen until recently. And when the race of these crustaceans reach over 60, they start showing signs of magical aptitude, while 70 shows control. Although this isn't known if Karkinos and Archaea are simply living long enough and healthy enough to wield magic, or if it's different for other possible species. After decades of honing in on these studies, both of these races have integrated magic into their society. Titles are usually given to older Karkinos, such as gifted, blessed, or chosen. And the Archaea tends to refer to themselves that wield magic as taught, learned, or knowing. because I had to put age into this and time was a factor, I had to put how long they lived, which I've decided is 300 years. While their prime ages for magic are considered 200 to 280. After those years, health begins to deteriorate. And as their time begins to run out, so does their magic potency until it fizzles out. And usually the year one can no longer cast spells is the year that they're destined to pass. The magic can also depend on their current climate. Karkinos and Akira tend to have trouble casting in more dry areas, while humid areas filled with water in the air amplifies their magic. The Karkinos believe this is because of their divine origin, while Archaea believe that this is a biological attunement to climate. And as their civilization begins to learn more and more about magic, the divide between them begins to grow wider. Yeah, what do you think? Okay.
Based on this, I think it just makes sense to consider it kind of an innate thing of creating a race to be magical. You as a player, would you think that the god is actually granting them this gift of magic, or they were created to discover it in some way? What's your actual, like... Because I know their discussion led to being a debate whether it came from a divine gift or force within the world. What is your answer about that? So we have some kind of basis for it, like, narratively.
I feel like there would eventually be a god of time, right?
I mean, that's probably a primordial to think about, yeah. But, I mean, assuming there's not currently... What's your answer in a vacuum?
Answer in a vacuum is that I would believe that magic falls under, like, the god of time's domain, as that would be how magic works. The longer you live, the longer that, you know, more magical you can be, but it's based more on what specific race lifespan is, as opposed to actually living longer. Essentially, what I'm saying is it's special to these creatures because it's based on, like, percentile rather than certain numbers. You know what I mean? But it would be divine in nature, but not the category they believe it would be in. Does that make sense?
It makes sense for now. We're gonna have to have more discussions about that and, like, different other magics discussed to really iron out how the world at large is gonna interact with magic like that.
Yeah. Also want to keep in mind that this could be just the way that this race works too.
Right.
It doesn't have to be everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my point, kind of, is we need greater context, I think, to really hammer it down, but this is a good start for them as a Protean race of, like, magic users.
Yeah.
That said, you have 3 points left, plus...
Well, yeah, I have +2 because I ended the other round on a low one too, right?
Mm.
So that would be... I would be adding 7 right now.
Okay.
So I have 10.
Mm.
Alright. Let me go look at the costs of everything really quickly again. I figured that I remember them, but, like...
Not when their point values change across the ages.
That's valid. So I think that there would be an event that occurs very How did you describe it as, like, very Protoss-like or whatever?
Like Protean or like
Protean, yeah. They would naturally start disagreeing each other for years, decades, until they were sick of each other, and one had to go and the other had stayed. Now, I believe that the original, like the original race, the Kokinos, would actually go back into the ocean as a part of this kind of disagreement. There would actually be violence in the streets and such like that until eventually, like, it was just considered best to just not be part of this civilization anymore, as Kokinos were originally nomadic. They tried doing the whole civilization thing, it didn't work. And now they're going back into the ocean, and this time they are going to occupy the reef as a result. So all there is left for in the main city now is the subrace of Archaea. Now let me see.
So this is an event you're paying for, right? You said?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'd be down to 3 points at this point.
Is that... I thought you said you get 7, you were at 10. You said you gained...
I'm sorry, I am at 10, and then I spend 7 on the event. That's what I meant to say, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought events were 10. That was where I was confused. Okay.
Events are 7.
They
They're
were
7.
10 last
Yeah.
stage.
Yes. Gosh.
Also, you should read
And,
the little description of the event, TM.
I have. Through this power comes the changing of fortunes for an avatar, order, city, or civilization. A gold mine may be found, a storm at sea may strike a fleet, an avatar may escape death, plague, famine, drought may strike, or technologies may be lost. These are the great unplanned winds of fortune that blow through history of the world. Now, usually I think that you would use these on like other people, but I like the idea of using it on Yol to explain why they don't work together anymore. And I think that would actually end my turn. I only have 3 points, so there's not really much I could do, and I'd rather save everything I currently have.
Okay, so you're done with your turn?
Yep. Sorry if I did not make that clear.
No, you're good. Did you read the event thing that I asked you to? Jago, it's your turn. Go ahead and roll.
The event thing.
Yeah, the timeline above the Word doc.
Oh, okay. Am I silly? Do I not see a timeline?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
The whole age, the second age we're doing. All the turns.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I see it. Yeah. Now I know what you meant now. It hit my brain.
Welcome to where everybody else is at.
Ooh, I got double 6s.
Nice. You had at least 1, 2. Get plus that.
+2.
Plus 2, yeah. So 14. 14. Okay, 16 points. Yeah, what I got from the event was it's not us, it's you. We're up. And they fucking dip.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm just gonna make a better description. Not better, but like a more expanded description.
Okay, I'm going to command my avatar.
Okay.
Wait. I thought he could advance a city.
Yeah, they can't. Only a god directly can advance a city. Like, actually advance a sever city. If you want to command a city or race, that can be done through an order or an avatar.
Alright. Well, instead of commanding the avatar, then we'll just advance the city.
Okay.
And they are going to advance in magic. Specifically infusing magic into items.
Enchanting.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, just for clarity's sake, is this the city itself or the Civ that made the city? So that if they make a city somewhere else at some point, that stays with them.
The Civ.
It's kind of semantic, just to ask that question, and
I forgot
hate
you
to
could
ask it.
advance one or the other. So
Yeah.
we'll do advanced civilization as opposed to city.
Yeah, just in case. Alright. Cool. Advanced civilization enchanting is 5 points. Okay, 11 left. What would you call your magic that the Carquinos have, TM? Do you have a name for it by chance?
Ooh, I get to name it? Yeah, I want to name it. Give me a second.
It seems very unique, so I'd like something to describe it simply.
Okay, understood. I'll come up with a name for it. I like this. I'm excited by that.
What was I gonna do? You said I had 11 points left?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shape land to create more forest over here.
Okay.
Then I'm going to create my third race in that forest.
Okay, which was the Feng Bow. Okay. His body of a deer, with horns, the wings, and talons of a bird, hands of humans. Very chimeric.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, is this meant to be an actual race or like a race of monsters?
This is meant to be a sentient race.
Okay. They're just fucking quirked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be like all of my points, right?
Let me just, so I can visually confirm. Where'd you put the forest in the race?
Over here.
Oh, in that river. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. 5, 6, yeah, 16. Alright, we'll probably only have time for this new round. Puts us at 4 rounds in once we finish this one. Not quite a whole age, and I'm sure we have plenty more we want to do with all the shit happening here.
Yeah.
But go ahead and roll. Had 0 left last time. 7. That's plus 10. Alright.
Plus 10.
I had 3 bonus, so plus 7.
Yeah.
Is 10 total, I mean. So Avatar City, there's a temple here, which I should mark actually, thinking about it now. Little guy here. Right. Maybe it's a giant mushroom temple.
Yeah.
Sounds dope. Okay. So with the temple, for the Order of the Avatar of the City, I settled this area over here. I want to create a sub-race and command the race to make a new city. Is if I command Avatar, they can do that instead, actually. I haven't done an advanced thing yet, either. This is 4.
I'll be right back.
Sure. That's 8. Right, Avatar has to... Wait, command city... Fuck, this is so, like... We gotta distill this to a better power list, I think. Make this make more sense based on how we're playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I can just command the Avatar to create the city. Okay. Now that's 1. Create sub-race. No, I have to command Avatar to create city, and then advanced civilization.
Alright, I'm back.
Percolating currently.
Say calculating?
Basically, percolating is what I said, but basically the
Oh,
same
you did-
idea in this concept.
You did say percolating. Okay.
I'm gonna fucking perk.
What did OP mean by this?
I'm gonna perk.
No. I assume that we're all aware of what's happening on the map as, like, characters, the primordial gods.
Yes.
Don't say why not.
In which case, it makes more sense for me to be like, hey, maybe we should prepare, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and avatar to create race for sure. I'll detail that in a second. With that done, though, I'm going to advance this civilization. That race is going to be created in the same, like, city forest area, though. I'm going to make them... make them the best, like, druids, basically. Nature magic, I'll call it for now. Then... Commander race. Create city. We'll do another city back here. Does feel kind of naked though. No, better. I'm gonna do Command City and have them create a really big defensive kind of like barrier wall. Natural in nature. Since the civilization has nature magic, I think it's gonna be a giant like fucking natural defense mechanism thing. I'll call it a wonder since it's going to be a lot of effort. I'm going to refrain from calling it the Wonder Wall.
How dare you make me choke on my food and laughter?
Yeah, so this is like the Bastion city. This is the one that's not going to get taken. Allegedly. The Titanic will never sink. It's impossible.
Sounds like Helm's Deep to me.
Yeah, but more like fucking the way the elves had their defenses set up. In that same setting, you can't go across that river unless you have the blessing. You get fucking washed away. Similarly, you're not welcome in this forest. Like, you're gonna get fucking snatched or some shit, you know?
Sounds like fun.
Indeed. I think that's pretty much it. Avatars 1, Advance 5, and City 4. Yeah, 10. 0. I will write more about stuff as we go. Vira, please tell me your roll.
I got 7 + 1.
Okay.
Let's see, I think I started with 0 points.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to start with, have my avatar just tell the remaining species, the Forquillan, to spread out just like the others. And then
wait, real quick. Since you're saying the avatar is telling them that, is that command avatar or command race? You're doing command avatar to command race? Okay. Well, hold on. I think I misput this thing here. The first time you did the spread command, that was the Silgogs, is that correct?
Let's see.
So I put Forquillan and then Uskrak. Do you mean for the Silgogs to be first in that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'll put that here. Silgogs. Okay.
So that's the 3 standard races of mine settled, or doing their thing now. So now I'm going to,
before you say this next part about the marionette worms, I'm going to ask you quickly, how are you justifying these lore-wise, and why they're so evil, and why your god is making them, if all the other races are neutral? I'm just curious what the motivation is here, as far as like the purpose they serve.
It's just different aspects of the deity. The first 3 races are they're meant to spread in their own way, in a more traditional way, and also be sort of industrious. They're supposed to build things and constantly expand in the way that a sentient creature would. The following races, I've only made 1 so far, are going to be essentially sentient parasites on the world. And just 2 different aspects of fire: rapid spreading at the expense of anything in its path. As to why they're evil, I don't know. I just kind of imagined they would be evil. I mean, from that perspective, I guess they're neutral, but basically everyone else, I imagine sentient parasites would be evil.
Well, that's kind of my point and why I'm asking, because you can only start a race as neutral, slightly bad, or slightly good to start, and then corrupt it or purify it from there. I'm not against you making something like this, but to justify it more from where we're at currently, I think it should be more symbiotic in nature as a protean, like, prototype for what you're going for. because these races, just so I'm clear about my meaning there, these races aren't going to survive in their current form in the stories I'm going to be telling, actually writing in this world. This is like thousands of years in the beginning, like in the past, from where I'm going to be writing actual stories later. So I think this reads more like the creature that exists way later on. It's been corrupted further and like evolved to be that evil, and for that purpose, more parasitic rather than symbiotic. Because at the beginning, I don't know. I don't want to like take it away from you or anything like that, but I just want to know more about the motivation there, I guess, and see where it's going to be, like the trajectory of where they're going, because they're already starting really evil. So if they're already really evil, then where are they going from there? Like, what purpose are they really serving? Just as a bad guy.
This game has more levels of morality than good, neutral, and bad. It's also got evil and I guess virtuous or something are further levels that you have to get to.
Not necessarily. Like, I'm trying to discuss with you about it and see, because I'm going to be writing these things in lore and stuff like that later on. Not just copy pasting this necessarily, but just like using all of this information, so I need to make it make sense for myself also. That's what I'm just trying to discuss with you and see how it fits in everywhere.
Yeah, this creature and all the future ones I'll create are just going to be essentially parasites, and that's how the god wants to start them out as, how he wants to create them, although whatever happens to them further on in the game, we'll roll with it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but why does your god want them to do that?
Yeah,
Well,
I guess what I'm getting at is, like, if my god of Earth, or like if the other gods like tried to intervene and be like, hey, this looks kind of like concerning. What are your plans? Like, why are you doing that? What would be the god's like icy answer?
What if I decided I wanted to come over there and use all of my points to purify them to good or better?
Yeah, also that.
So the first thing, if they asked this god why he wants to do this, he's just going to say, "It's in my nature. I create things that spread. I've already created things that spread in one way. I got bored of it. Now I'm going to create things that spread in a different way." And sorry, what was the second question? Oh, right. It's what if you intervene? They'll just create a new race. He doesn't really care for his creations after he's set them in motion. If they die, they die. He'll just make more.
The second question wasn't really for the god who created the race. It was more of what's going to happen to that race if they're no longer evil.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they would just, maybe they have to survive. They survive by infecting other creatures. These swarms can't really survive on their own, so I'm not sure if it's just neutral to begin with for them to do this, or if they would just kill themselves off for the sake of all the other races, or if they would just, as a third option, I think, just sort of act less evil once they mature, you know.
In that came the explanation I've been looking for as to why they're evil. Because they're a parasitic race.
Mm-hmm. Which was explained, but so I think with that all being understood, I'm not going to stop you from making such a race. I would recommend you don't just put it in the pit, because it sounds like it's going to cause a problem for your other races also. Like, since it's not really part of the civilization, it seems like. And also, it doesn't really seem like a race so much as a monster kind of species.
They develop sentience once they take over the host.
But that's not sentience, though. If they develop it when they take over a host, that's not really the same thing, because they're still going to be... Because that's going to be too variable for it to be one race, specifically. It's a monstrous form of the race it took over, basically, at that point.
Unless it's kind of like the crab, where they're a hive mind, and every time a new person gets infected, they're just part of the new collective.
That would make more sense as far as that integration, yeah, I think.
Ultimately, that'll be up to the creator, though.
Yeah. What would you prefer?
Well, what difference really is it between the things getting sentience once they take over a host and another creature getting sentience once it's born or a bit after that?
Because in that case, if it has sentience, then they can create a civilization, and they can be part of a civilization. If they don't, and they don't have sentience before they take over a body of some kind, then they can't really participate in civilization like that. They're always going to be outsiders because they're always trying to blend in, and they're not doing a good job of it. They're always going to be monsters in that regard.
It's like the difference between the Flood and the Hunters.
In Halo, yeah.
Like, the Flood are a sentient race of hive mind, and the Hunters are, technically sentient worms, but they don't have any agency. They can't act on their own.
I originally wrote them to be able to blend in with a society and just take the identity of the previous person, or form their own communities. But I figured that it would basically just be sort of what you called a technicality difference, or just a like academic distinction between the this version and what it was before. You know what I mean? If it's basically so I did this to sort of make it more distinct, I guess, once it's taken over.
So my proposal to you in that regard... Sorry, one second. My proposal to you in that regard, then, is that... Because it's not really... I don't really consider this a race the way you're describing it. And that's fine. You can still make them. Like, I'm not gonna stop you from making this thing happen. But I would prefer it be called a monster. Because it's clearly a problem and designed to be a problem, which... if the monsters have some kind of, thing that they create as a semblance of a civilization later on, we can work with that and snowball it. But right now, I think the cost for making a monster of this type, it's going to be like a continent-wide threat, should be more than just the cost of the regular race creation. You know what I'm saying?
Where is create monster option?
That's the problem, is that there's not one. Dawn of Worlds 2, which I did link, does have a spawn monster. It's usually meant to be more like dragons, titans, things like that. But you could do that. I would consider that, if you go by this cost, it's supposed to be 4 spawn a monster in Second Age. But if you double that, make it 8. Let me see what it says here, though. Yeah. Here it specifies in 2, a race a species gifted with both the intellect and interaction skills needed to form a society. Breed of monsters, or particularly long-lived monster inhabits a region of land up to 4 consecutive squares. Monster provide either a boon. It's a monster type. Okay, yeah. I think charging you 8 for spawn monster here and doubling the cost for the type of monster we're talking about makes sense where we're at.
Alright.
You okay with that?
Let's see. So for this turn, I guess then I would maybe create order.
Okay.
Because I don't have the points for that currently. Let's see. Create order. People within a civilization or race. This may include thieves. Okay. Hmm. So to create a city, you have to have either an avatar or an order present where the directions were given. Dang. I think I'll create an order
Okay.
for the bugs, and I'll figure it out while you guys are on your turn. I think it's just gonna be a just a government, I guess.
Well, I don't want you to have to spend points for that. I would consider government to be kind of inherent to a civilization. So an order is supposed to be like examples like a religious sect or a thieves guild, or like even like a pirate ship could be an order, things like that.
Hmm.
For the Forquillan, maybe because they're very ant focused, like Fomorians and stuff. It sounds like they could be more warlike, like, you know, maybe we've got an order of like knights or like military people in general.
So a military would count as an order?
I mean,
Like the Order of the Templars.
yeah, like people who are like the people you go to for war, like they would like help raise armies and stuff, probably. That's something you can actually do with a command order, actually.
I think
Oh.
I'll instead of the bugs, I think I'll just create a religion order for the rats, the goose crack, and I'll have a rat pope.
Rat
And
Pope,
that'll
okay.
be my turn.
Brought to you
Okay.
by the Rat Pope.
Okay, and by the way me and TM were doing it in the other game we were playing also, if there's a lot we're going through right now, if you want to come back to this document, edit the stuff that you're posting below about your races and shit like that, the orders you're making, or like naming this or that, you can do any of that. Only thing you can't access without being in this chat / activity is the map itself, which we can update with whatever we do and we can be next time.
Alright.
So if you want to name religious orders, describe what they're about, all that kind of stuff, feel free to do that. You can get with me about doing that anytime also if you want to talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's Great Order, and Gwyn Avatar puts you at 7 points. You have one left.
That'll be my turn.
Cool. TM?
Yes. I
Time to
have
go
a name
shortly.
for.
We're gonna take your turn and then go.
Okay. I'll hurry up then. But know that the magic I've come up with is Brux. B-R-U-X.
Brux Magic? Like, just
Brux
Brux or Brux Magic?
Just Brux.
Okay.
Guild in the way of Brooks.
So.
Is that an acronym?
No, it's still literally just Brux.
The
Bro.
crabs, they like single syllables.
B-R-U-X. Yeah. It just sounded neat.
I thought it'd be
I
fun
literally-
to be all caps, I don't know.
Brux. I like the idea. Brux. Let me see here. So I got a +3 because of my third turn being this low.
I'm gonna
then I
step away
have-
2 seconds. I'm still listening.
Okay. +4. That's gonna be 10. Let me double check costs of stuff I want to do because I know what I want to do. Because I can do it one way or another way. It the way that we are now doing this.
We will go ahead and finish your turn, Jago, by the way.
Damn, I thought I was gonna get to go first next time.
Alright, what was your roll, by
So-
the way, TM?
I rolled a 4, and with all
4.
my other bonuses, I have 10 points right now. Cool. All right, cool. So with the realization that they just fought people without an army is kind of not
Not it.
cool. That ain't it. Realizing that like force is gonna might need to be used at one point. The Archaea are going to make an army. Now, I remember you discussing like making an army could either be like a order or something else. The rules are very vague, so I have enough
Mhm.
points to be able to do whatever I want while creating an order or using the how do I say this, command race function. So what function would you rather me use to create an army with?
Yeah, it's kind of... I think the only mention I actually saw of raising an army. When we go to war... Command City. Command City is how you do that, or Command Avatar and lead an army. And they can also gather an army as well. So avatars can gather the army and also lead the army if you wanted.
Yep.
Okay. Command City will just produce an army in a given turn.
Okay, so Command Avatar can raise an army too, or get an army together too. Okay, cool. This makes what I want to do a lot more doable. Okay, so with that being said, I would use Command City if that was the case. So the city of Yol now has a army.
Okay. So you did Command City for that?
Yeah. B
Army...
-4. And I would like to think that lore actually comes down. Uh-oh. Can I undo that? I disassembled my fucking avatar. Hold on.
Rip.
I literally dismantled him like a Lego piece. Okay. Cool. Now he's together again, right?
Just Control Z. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I made it way harder for no reason. That's sick. Awesome. He's gonna come down. I'm gonna obviously use Command Avatar and be like, what the fuck happened? And he's going to raise an army from the Karkinos as well. So the Karkinos now have an army.
Okay.
That leaves me with 5. What can I do with 5 right now?
Did they make a city out of the coral reef?
No, I was thinking I was going to have them do that too, but I didn't know if you wanted me to use Command Race or Command Avatar for that. I could use Command Race. It doesn't bother me.
I think it's the same, isn't it? Cost-wise in this case?
Well, Command Avatar
Kind of.
would be 1, but...
Yeah, but you're avoiding the cost of Command... Well...
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay, yeah, I would be commanding the race to do it.
Yeah, okay. You want to do
Okay,
that?
cool. Yeah.
Create city at Coral Reef. which is a dope city, by the way. A dope place for a city. That's minus a total of 9 points. My math, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm at 1.
Cool.
Literal, I'm at 1. I'm literally 1 right now.
Cool. Alright. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Then, Jake, I'm gonna ask you, you seem like you wanted to wait and do your turn first next time. Is that, would you prefer
No,
that?
My turn will be fast. I'm only getting 9 points.
So you've got a +9, you said? +9?
Yeah. I rolled a 6 and got
Plus
the
3.
+3.
So that leaves you at 9. What you got?
I'm going to
Copy over.
command race. What am I gonna make them do? Where to go? Oh wait, I can't do that. I'm going to create order. That's what I'm gonna do. Create order on these people. Bird people.
So command race create order? Or did I... No, you mean create order separately.
Yeah, create order separately, because I can't command them until I have a presence with them.
Okay.
Not next to my avatar like the other race.
Okay, create order and Thingbo. Is it a religious order or what? What kind of order are we talking about?
It's a religious order.
Okay, with that done, that's 6, right? Or...
Yeah. 6, 7,
Yep,
9.
left.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay. That's it. Alright. Man, that was a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot
holy
to
shit.
digest and go
Lot.
over. Yeah, even just
Yeah.
four rounds in this age went on for a good bit. That was 3 hours. Almost 3.5.
I felt like we were using an hour to like figure out how
Yeah.
to interpret rules, though. So there's also
Yeah.
that. But
I'm gonna need to go and actually like rewrite some of it so we have an actual guide on how to run this shit if we're gonna keep doing this pretty consistently.
Well, I
Um,
enjoy it.
I think that we should
I also
just
enjoy it.
kind of, how do I say it?
Yeah, me too.
I think we should just be a little bit nicer to ourselves because this is the first time we're kind of doing this. So it's
No,
not
I
exactly
agree.
gonna go
I do
swimmingly.
agree with you in that regard. I don't think we should be fucking like super stickly about it or whatever. I'm just saying like we
Yeah.
need a operating procedure to figure out or like how they actually interact and stuff to judge
Mhm.
it. Because clearly they wrote it and had good intentions, but it's conflicting a little bit with itself. But we'll iron that out another time. Freckly, and think of the checkpoint wellness. And get everybody get drinks and stuff like that. We're gonna actually hop off. I have to go play D&D. The TM, I apologize. D&D is gonna be happening for a couple hours, and then I'll be free after that. I don't know if you are gonna be up much later.
I will more than
tonight or
likely
whatever.
be up later, so I'll probably see you later
Okay.
tonight then.
Then we'll do one of the two things we had planned. Probably talk about more lore, depending on how we're feeling.
Honestly, I'm okay with like putting the other thing I want to talk about on the back end for a little
Okay.
bit, because if we can't talk about it today anyways, I'm gonna head into 4 days of work. I can't put time
Right.
into it anyways, so
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Okay, cool. So, yeah, if you have comments or thoughts between now and next session, go ahead and talk about them in world building or DM me your questions or whatever. Is everybody good for next week? Same Kind of time.
Yeah.
This-
Same bat time, same bat place.
Yeah, TM.
Yeah. I'm gonna be pretty confident when I say this. What is it? Why is there a fucking survey right now? Anyways, yeah, next week is looking a lot smoother for me overall. So yeah, I'll be able to do next week for sure, for sure.
Okay, so next Thursday, 4 p.m. EST. This is good. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So we'll plan for that. I'll put the event up on my calendar and everything like that, and try to not forget stuff.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Just opened a fortune cookie and it smells like a fart.
Nice. Sick.
How does that happen? That's fucking
I don't know, but I'm not eating it.
no kidding. Gosh.
And the rate aphasia. And then I'm gonna go play D&D. So
Oh
everyone who's
yeah.
been here, really appreciate you.
Sure thing.
You guys, thanks for playing. Cyber, hope you don't feel like I was picking on you or anything like that about your race or whatever.
That's alright.
But I appreciate where your head's at in general. A lot of good energy and passion for the ideas presented from everybody. So greatly appreciate you
Yeah.
engaging with the game in such
I like
in
where
such
this
a
is
way,
going.
not just fucking off and half-assing it or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
All right. That said, hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you next time. I'll see you guys at least next Thursday. I'm sure I'll talk to you before then. But love you all. See you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Night.
I'm low on stims.